Hi, I'm Dreamy and you are watching my slow descent into madness. Jokes aside, I wanted to do a sort of desk tour and art supplies tour where I showcase the space in which I draw and what I used to draw, because I feel like that can be helpful when you see what someone else uses. Anyway, without much to say, I'm just going to start. First of all, you can see here, this is the space on which I draw. Usually I'll keep stuff at my left or in front, and here I will put like the paper on which I'm working on and stuff, because that is much easier. You see, my mouse actually cannot scroll, and so I end up using my tablet for that. And so, because I don't really have a lot of space, as you can see, I have to be pretty resourceful with what I have. You can see here that I have a lot of these sort of things where I just keep my pens and stuff. These are macro raffine colored pencils. Raffine, actually, I pronounced it incorrectly. I honestly am thinking about buying a Derwent set of colored pencils like Chromaflow, for example, because I have heard they are much better in quality. But I find that even these can be pretty useful. In terms of art, I have actually used them before. Just let me get the sketchbook. This drawing now. This is the one. You can see, besides those colored pencils, I also ended up using these oil pastels from Stabilo. They are called Stabilo Tone, and I don't know about the Stabilo Woody ones. I think they might be the same, but I don't know. I haven't bought them. You can also see I have some water and my head and my earphones right here. This Attack Doodle was actually not drawn using those colored pencils. It was drawn using these cheap Faber-Castell ones. I don't know if they are like colored pencils for kids or actually the water-soluble ones, and I just didn't know about that. But I don't really care. They're pretty nice to use when I don't want to waste my better art supplies on something, but I still want to make something good with it, Besides that, you can see I have some Posca markers and two Molotov ones. I really like this shade the most. I think I'd also say this shade is pretty too. It's lavender. Knowing me, you can just go ahead and make a joke about that being Shadow's favorite flower. By the way, you can. I allow you. You get the right. As you can see, I have some wet wipes because I find that they are very useful to have. I have a kneaded eraser, which is also very useful. Oh my god. I cannot stress it enough. It's very good to have that on hand. Besides that, I have 2 cups of water, which is a pretty great recommendation in my opinion if you make art. I think that's very useful. Besides that, you can see I have some fine liners, some fountain pens. It's like those cheap fountain pens that you see school kids here have, but I really like using them for art anyway. I also have ballpoint pens, which to me are my lifesaver. The camera isn't picking it up, which is very sad. But there's not much that can be done. It's a Pensan Tribal ballpoint pen. You can also see I have some Sakura fine liners, which are so very nice to use, even if I barely use them. Besides that, I have to mention that the brushes here, I find that I really love using this sort of brushes, but I also have some other ones. This one is a liner actually, and I cannot stress it enough. It's very useful to have this on hand. These ones, I forgot what they are for. I see people most usually use them for like binding sketchbooks or something when they draw. I don't know, but I think that's very useful anyway. Let me get to a page here. You can see that I really love using fine liners a lot. This is with a brush pen from Sakura. This one, use the pink fine liner that I actually have with me when I go in the city and stuff. And I also use alcohol markers to color it in, besides the Faber-Castell pencils I mentioned and the Posca markers. Okay, here are some of the fine liners. Let me find the exact one I use. I know it's a pink one. Also, sometimes for art I find that I really love to use a CMY colors, and I find that is such a nice thing to do. Here it is, my savior. And here are the markers, the alcohol markers I have used. Honestly, I'm thinking about buying ohuhu ones instead, because I find that this set lacks the colors I want to use. These gel pens, they are for when my sister comes to my desk sometimes, because you know, sometimes we doodle together and it's very fun. Here you can see it's a sketchbook. It's A3, it has pretty textured paper, but when you look at the GCM or something, yeah, not that high quality. I mean, it's actually a good one, but still wouldn't recommend it. Here's some drawings though from it. Why not? And now I get to talk about the Himi gouache. So first of all, I keep the mixing palette thing outside because I just think it adds a certain vibe. I bought my set off of AliExpress and it came with these cute stickers too. I have used them, they're very cute. Let me open the set. In terms of my recommendations for gouache, I'd say they are very nice to use for me, because I have seen people who do not enjoy them, and I think that is very understandable, and I don't judge that. In terms of examples of my usage, I have this drawing, for example, that I'm very proud of, and besides that, I think I have some other ones on hand. These two. You can see that I am a beginner because I have never used gouache before, and I know that most people will say that this Himi gouache isn't good for beginners because it's thicker than normal gouache and it kind of gets streaky, but I don't mind that. For me it's very fun, and I find that knowing those issues helps me a lot. Anyway, let me close it now. This is kind of hard because I'm using one hand while the other one is holding the camera. Well, not camera, it's just my phone. In terms of paper, by the way, this is the Ruent paper. It's hot press, 300 GSM. I personally find that I love using it the most for watercolors, gouache, as you can see. Here is my attempt at drawing in it using my colored pencils and the watercolors I have from the Ruent. So you can see that I don't really like the results on this paper. It is acid free, but I prefer it for gouache. This also means that I get to showcase my Ruent Ink 10 set of 24 colors. As you can see, it comes with this small thing that tells you the name of the colors and it showcases them. I don't think it's that trustworthy. I mean, it's kind of a pretty accurate representation, but I don't know. You can say I really love using it. It comes with a nice sponge. Though fair warning, the colors can actually get out. See? And so I gotta say that you have to take care if you are clumsy like me. or else you might end up like having to rearrange all those colors. Here is another paper I have on hand, which is from Winsor & Newton. It's watercolor. It's for watercolor. You can see all the details here. It's not 100% cotton. And here is an example of its usage. I also used some Winsor & Newton ink, that is more specifically the gold metallic bronze, as you can see. Maybe you can see, I don't know. It's what I used to make this gold outline and the lines here. I really enjoy it, it's very pretty. Besides this, I have to showcase this bad boy. This is from Patentate. It's a sketchbook with court press paper, 100% cotton. I find that I enjoy this even more. It's my favorite paper. It's very thick. I mean, of course it's thick because it is 300 GSM, but oh my god, the texture is so heavenly for me. I really love using it and I can't wait to fill it in. Besides this, I also have this small sketchbook. It's a Sakura one. I forgot the details. I don't know if I have like what it came wrapped in that mentioned all the details. I haven't really used it. I just have this one drawing in it, and I mean, it's very cute. Look at them. They're so gay. Anyway, to move on, one thing I must mention is that I find that I still do a lot of art in this sort of notebooks, you know, that don't have high quality paper, but to me it's still fun. Here you can see the Posca markers in action, just like you did with this one. And you can see a lot of art that uses the fine liners. As you can see, it's just so enjoyable to fill this in because I don't have to worry about it being high quality, because this paper is cheap and what I use to draw in this is mostly cheap, and so it takes away all of those worries. I feel like when I finish it, I'm going to make a sketchbook tour of this. But now let me just go through all of this. This is an idea I had of, like, as you can see, something about not feeling like everyone else, basically feeling like an alien, which you can see from all the text that is just meant to dehumanize this character. Here it was just me talking as I was doing certain paintings in this sketchbook. This page, I think it was this drawing. Also, a very pretty Maria. I love her. She's very fun to draw for me. I don't like the fact that I can't open this page up. This is bad. Let me just... I managed to do it in the end. Not much. I really love this orange though. It looks prettier in real life. Here was some art style stuff. I was messing around with drawing Sonic characters, but more in a cutesy manner, more in a way I would like to draw, because I really love this sort of look, okay? This is a Maria I haven't really worked on. I feel like I could do her better. This was for let me find this drawing. I knew from the start that I wanted to make a drawing where a character is like injured, bleeding, but they're just like keeping this very poised sort of pose. I love that a lot. I love that kind of trope. And I feel like in the end, using shadow as like that character was kind of interesting because, you know, he's the ultimate life form. And it just kind of made sense in my brain when I drew it. I don't know if there's something after this. Nope. But yeah, you can also see that you don't need good paper all the time for bangers, but it's recommended to make certain drawings on good paper, especially if you use stuff like gouache, like watercolor. Really, with watercolors, what you really need is good paper. To move on, you have seen that I have fountain pens, and here is like a lot of sets of ink cartridges. Also some tests. These ones are from Miniso oil pastel set, while these ones are just from this set. You can see that they are very good. This paper itself, I don't remember where I bought it from. No wait, I do know. It was a very small art shop I found in a city when I went with my dad during the summer. When I saw that paper, I was like, oh my god, it's thick, I need it! And I bought it. Here you can see I kind of have an obsession with having pens and glittery stuff. It's just so fun for me to work with that. Besides that, here is my shelf. You can see I have a lot of, well, I have some video games here. 2 Sonic ones. The Team Sonic Racing one came with Sonic the Hedgehog sort of art book that I really enjoy. And you can also see I have Sonic Frontiers, which to me has very great music. I love putting Team of Starfall Islands in the background. Here is a Derwent Academy watercolor set that I don't really recommend. The color selection could be better. This thing is just shampoo. It's literally just that. It smells like lavender, and I was thinking about perhaps making a shadow themed spread in my sketchbook using this as a sort of decoration, because I feel like it would work. Besides that, you can see some more papers. Also, these things, I love using them to cover stuff up, even if I barely do that. Besides that, here are some pearly colors, I think. I think that's what they are called. Pearlescent. Besides that, I think I have showcased everything possible. Besides the sofa. Look at it if you want. Honestly, I wish I had one of those spinny chairs, but I think this is also very fun on its own, because I get to just lay here like a king. I feel like now all I have left to do is just present clips to the paint in the way I use it. Here is an illustration I have. It's actually the finished version. Oh no, my screen does this sometimes. Anyway, you can see, of course, the screen flickers. You can see that I have many layers for After Effects. And you can also see I have a colors thing. I just do the I just do the shading in the same layer as the colors, because I feel like that helps with textures. Besides that, I need to point out that, give you a moment. Let me zoom. Oh no! Let me zoom in real quick. You can see that the drawing as it is doesn't really have sharpness. It is actually something I add besides some chromatic aberration. It's a very fun effect. Can you stop? But yeah, this has been my tour. Yes, you can see the kitchen in the background. That is because I don't have my own room, because of the way this house is set up. So I just kind of have to deal with it. But yeah, this concludes my tour. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you had a nice day, and hope that it perhaps inspired you, it perhaps helped you with, I don't know, finding something you'd love to try out. And have a nice one. Remember to hide, remember to kind of take a pause if you need. And that's it. Bye.